to roll. There we go. Yes.
Awesome. Good afternoon from Missouri. I'm Samantha Hardesty Knoll, an instructional technology coach with the Wentzville School District. I want to thank you so much for learning with us today. You are in for an awesome presentation about how to empower your students to become creators using Chrome. I'd like to introduce you to my friends, Greg and Kaylee Lawrence. Greg is a Google certified educator, trainer, administrator, and innovator, and serves as the Wentzville School District Director of Technology. Kaylee, Greg's daughter, is a third grade student, an aspiring gymnast, and altogether fabulous. And with that, let's create.
Thanks, Sam. So as we begin today, one of the things we're looking at is specifically how do we create with Chrome? So empowering Chrome super creators. So with that, as we jump in here, just a little bit, I have to thank Sam for the great introduction. I am the Director of Technology for the Wentzville School District, and I'm also a certified innovator, trainer, and administrator, and love to just work with teachers and show them how technology can enhance student learning, most importantly through creation. So I wanted to start with just a quick little story of my son. This is Carson. I have twins. You're going to meet Kaylee here in a moment. But Carson loves to create, and I love just kind of how he is, just the way he thinks and how he loves to create and design. So one day he came to me and wanted me to roll up a piece of paper, and as you can see on there, he wanted me to roll it up really tight. And what I had noticed was he was sitting there watching YouTube on how to create this little contraption. What was neat was this was the final. This was the little device that he created. What I loved about it was actually fully functioning, and it shot rubber bands. What I loved about it was a design of creation, and that he loved to create with that. So all it comes down to is let our students create. Let them create. There's something amazing when students are creating. When they're creating, they own the learning and they become unstoppable. And I know we've all experienced that before. When we have worked with our students, we can see that something is amazing when they own that learning and when they are creating. So we're going to jump in here. I have two rules when I use websites and using tools with teachers. One is I have a basic understanding in 5 minutes. So can I pick up the tool in 5 minutes and have a pretty basic understanding? Maybe not know everything about it, but have a pretty good understanding in 5 minutes. The second one is how do you log in? So logging in is really important. I taught middle school, and I know this is especially true with elementary. As students come in, if we ask them to create an account, sometimes they don't always remember what they created. We also get into just some safety with that also. So those are my tool rules. So as we are going through some websites that allow students to create through Chrome, those two rules definitely apply. So with that, what we have here is a Google login, and with that login, there is on websites, there's always this Google login piece. So we always want them to be able to see and experience that, and that's what they're going to see with logging in. So I always look for a Google login, just because with Google, you already have a login and it all connects together. So with that, we're going to go through 9 tools that you could use tomorrow or on Monday with your students, and how it can be utilized with your students with creating right away. So the first tool, yes.
Can I interrupt you? There's saying that they're still seeing me on the big screen.
All right, let's see if we can figure that out. Actually, it says it's presenting to everybody on my screen. Let's see, did that make it a little better there?
I didn't see any changes on my end. I'm seeing your presentation on my end.
Okay, I was saying that's what I'm seeing on mine too. Let's try one more piece here just to see. Thanks for that. Yeah, it looks like it's coming through. Hopefully, looks like it's displaying my computer now. So hopefully that's the case. And if not, let's see if we can get that working again. All right.
It's fine now.
It looks like we're caught up there. Great, great. Cool. So the first tool that we want to talk through is a tool called Clipit. What I love about Clipit is it's a great tool for recording audio. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, having this ability to create and record audio, you know, with a login, without a login. What I love about Clipit is very, very simple, and there's no login that's needed. So the purpose of Clipit is that it can record audio. So if a student is reading an article, if they want to do a reflection, they have a great tool that's available for that. So with Clipit, how do you use it? There's a button right in the center, right when you come to Clipit, CLYP.IT. When they click on Clipit, there's a button that pops up. It says Upload, and just to the left, or to the right, there's a button that says Record. And if you click on Record, there's a big orange button that appears right there. And what's great about that is all you have to simply do is click on that Record button, and immediately it's going to start recording. So if my students wanted to read a story, so for example, they wrote a poem in class, they can click on here, and they'll hit Allow. Roses are red, violets are blue. And when I hit stop, what's great is I can immediately listen to that and just make sure it's a good recording. And if it's great, I hit the upload button, and as soon as I do that, it sends it up to Clipit, and immediately as it sends it up to Clipit, it processes it, and it creates a link for me. So I can give it a title and call it My Poem, and then hit save. And then from there, I already have a URL, and my audio has been uploaded and recorded directly to Clipit. So this URL across the top here, I can copy and paste that URL and send that to mom and dad, post it on a website, and that's what's great about that URL. So if I hit play here, you should be able to hear it back. So red, violet. Just caught a little reverb there, but that's one of the great things is that you can record directly through this program. So very, very simple, straight and to the point. So one of the great things, once again, with this program is all recording online through Chrome. The next tool that I want to share is a tool that's called Vocaroo. Now, Vocaroo is just like Clipit. The only difference with Vocaroo is that you can save the audio. So Clipit saves it directly online, where Vocaroo, you can actually download the audio clip to your computer. So for example, on this one, if I hit click to record, it asks to allow to use my microphone, and here it is. And I can start recording. So I can say Vocaroo is a great tool to record with students, and they can record their stories, poems, a great reflection tool. And when you're finished, you hit the stop button. And as soon as you do that, you can listen or retry. And then from here, you know, I can listen to it, see if it sounds great. And notice at the bottom, just right underneath, it says, if you're happy with this recording, click here to save. Once I click on save, what's great is very, very similar to Clipit. You have the ability to record that link right there, so you can send it to mom and dad, or just underneath, it's kind of a little small to see, but it says download as MP3 WAV file. You have the ability to send it down as an MP3 file that you could send to mom and dad at that moment in time, or if you needed to use it with another program. So audio has a great benefit for students in creating. And I know, you know, when we want to record our students, we want to be able to do it quick and to the point, and we don't want any of those kind of distractions. And what I love about Clipit and Vocaroo is it really does create a very focused point tool that allows our students to create. And once again, both of these tools, there's not a as in there's not a need to create a login. Students can directly record with those two programs.
Hey, Greg, can you answer a quick question?
Yeah.
Can you download the audio recording from Clipit as well?
Clipit only is available online, so unfortunately you cannot download it. Only Vocaroo allows you to download. So once again, kind of your purpose, why are you, do you want to be able to download? That's what I always look at when I'm, looking at a specific tool.
Thank you.
Great question. All right. Another tool, keeping on lines with this audio creation, there's a tool called SoundTrap. So with SoundTrap, one of the great things is that you can create audio directly from SoundTrap. So if you've used GarageBand before on the Mac or on iOS devices, GarageBand's a program that comes with this. SoundTrap is very, very, very similar to that tool. So with that, what's great, once again, with SoundTrap is when you log in, there's actually a button that says log in with Google. So I'm actually going to log out here for just a second, just to show you how you can actually log in. So when I click up here and click on log in, you can see there's a button that says log in with Google. And when I click on log in with Google, it's going to ask me for my password here. And as soon as it connects to my account, I'm logged directly in. And once again, that's one of the great things about that Google login using it, is that you can easily connect into multiple tools there and have just one password that you have to remember. Another piece with that is regarding entering into the studio. So when I click enter studio, this is going to load my frame, and I'm going to start from a new draft. So I'm going to discard draft. And it's going to give me a little warning here that if I need more space, I can purchase it. And I'm going to hit, just a blank template. And what's great about this is it works just like GarageBand. So I can add new tracks. So over here on the left-hand side, I can actually play, instruments on here. So if I wanted to play a drum kit, I could actually play the drums on the through SoundTrap. So you can see there's a 1 Q E 6, and when I play that, it actually can play. I can turn my keyboard into the drum set. Another great feature with this is actually over here on the right-hand side. There's a music note, pink, magenta color, and I can actually pull loops out of this. So if I want to find drums, I can click on drums, and I scroll through here. Now I'm using a free version right now, so some of the options for the sounds are limited. But what's great is they do have an education version that you can purchase, and when you purchase that connection into the education side and with SoundTrap, you have a great you see a great piece on there with more sound clips and everything. So Sam, I just want to verify again, are you able to see my screen? I had another message saying they weren't able to see it, so I just wanted to verify that.
No, I'm just seeing you right now. I'm not seeing your display screen.
All right, let's see what's happening on here. It kicks it back. It looks like it dropped my connection for some reason here. Yep, actually it signed me out. All right, I think we're about back in there. Let me try one more thing here.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Yeah, for some reason it looks like it kicked me out of the screen there, and I'm gonna try another. There we go. Looks like we kicked back. So great. So with SoundTrap, once again, you have the ability to bring in loops. So over here, when I search, I can click and drag that loop over into my track, and it drops the loop and starts playing it. And from there, I can either extend the loop or shorten the loop, and that's what pulls up on there. So what's great is I can easily bring in other loops. So if I'm looking for a piano loop, I can click on the piano loops and then scroll through and then drop in my piano and layer my music right there. So it really becomes a tool that your students could create and edit their own music with this tool, specifically allowing them to create their their own music. One other feature on here, it says add a new track, and with that you do have the ability to record with a microphone also. So your students literally through SoundTrap could create their own music based on the loops that are in the library, and then use the microphone to actually record it. So I was actually a former middle school music teacher, and what I would do is we would talk about poems, writing poetry, rhyming words. We'd talk about form, so having form in there, ABA, and so with SoundTrap, my students could create a song in a certain form with an ABA form, and then talk about writing lyrics, and through SoundTrap could record the entire song with that. So that's a great tool for creating music there. All right, so we're going to switch gears for just a moment, and what we're going to do now, I'm going to actually bring my daughter Kaylee in, and she's going to walk us through using a tool called Voki. So Kaylee's actually been doing a little bit of research on Kenya. So I'm going to bring in Kaylee here. So if you could wave to everybody over here. So Kaylee is on this computer right here. We have two here, just a little confusing. She did a little research on Kenya. So she is going to walk us through using Voki and how simple it is. So can you tell us a little bit what you're doing here?
So you can choose your character. So I have Barack Obama for random right now. And then...
So there's different types right here that you
Yeah.
can look through, right? Yeah, so there's tunes, classic, folk. So what are you looking for?
I am doing folk
Why are you doing folk?
because I found this little African American woman.
All right, so we found there. There it is.
I liked her outfit.
She liked her outfit, yes. So here she is. So we have, you have your character. So what's some other things that you can do with Voki?
So you can like change your eye color, skin color, hair.
Okay.
I changed her lipstick.
Oh, so she has a different kind of lipstick there. That's pretty funny. Anything else? Can you change her clothing? Is that another thing that you can do?
Yeah. So she has this one.
Oh, so you get to change her outfit. Nice.
That's all she has for her hat.
Okay. Okay. So she only has one hat on that.
And
All right.
then she has glasses, and then she has this.
No, nice. So you can kind of accessorize her and what she can wear. All right. So what's the next thing that you could do once you get your character? So, so you've been researching Kenya. So you've researched Kenya, and then you have your person you've been researching, and then you wrote a little some information about her, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. So what's great about Kenya? What can you actually, or with Voki, can you do?
So you can choose her background.
Oh, so you can choose a different type of background for her.
Yeah.
All right. So you can find, something that may be specific to Kenya, or where she might be, right?
In the bathroom. There we go.
All right. So can you show us how there's a keyboard? You're getting ready to kick on that keyboard. What does that do?
So you can either do the microphone and record your voice, or you can type it out.
Okay. So you did a little research. So you can use the micro record your voice, but you actually want to type it in. So what are you going to type out there?
Wait, no.
So you're typing out, this is your little story that you created, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So she's from Kenya.
I can't guarantee that, but...
So as you're typing and writing on here, one of the cool things with this is as you type that in there, you can actually play it back, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can hit the little play button. Where's the play button at?
Here.
And I know you can't hear right now because of the microphone. It kind of creates a little echo for just a second. But you can also change the voice too. So
Yeah.
it's typing, the voice's name is Paul. So that's a guy's voice. So maybe we don't want it to be a guy's voice. What can you actually do?
Like they named them.
Oh. So you can change it to Jennifer, and then it would have a female voice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So unfortunately, Kaylee, our time's kind of quickly coming to an end. So there are a lot of teachers listening and watching right now. So what, why would you want to use this, or why should teachers use this program Voki, this website Voki, in their classroom?
Well, they could, like, if they're researching and like an animal, there's like George Washington, and there's like there's George Washington, there's Abe Lincoln. So, and then they can research it probably, and then like they can type it down, and then they can pick a voice for it.
All right.
And then, yeah.
So that's one of the things they could do was they could write their own story, research it, and then use Voki to create their own thing, right? That's a great thing. So should teachers use this in their class?
Yeah.
Yes. Say, you should use this.
You should use it.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Kaylee. All right. So there's another great tool there. And another tool as we continue on. So we've been working through just a bunch of websites that allow our students to create. And what I love about this is, once again, with the power of Chrome, with the power of Google, our students already have accounts that make this really nice and easy to use. It's all on the web, so as long as they have an internet connection, they can go home, they can work in a school library, they can work in a public library. As long as they have web, they have access to these tools. So another tool is called PicMonkey. PicMonkey allows you to edit photos. What I love about PicMonkey is I can actually go into my computer. So let's say I was doing some research on reptiles. I can actually come in and select multiple photos. So here it is. I've grabbed a couple of photos right here. So I have a chameleon, a turtle, I have a black mamba snake, so all reptiles down here. And what's great about this is my students can easily create different collages or posters for class. So, you know, just a simple activity, as I'm quickly, you know, slowly drawing the, dragging this picture over, just clicking and dragging. I'm trying to center this, reptile here. What's great about this is that your students could do a little quick research on finding pictures of reptiles or finding pictures of, you know, acute angles in the school, or finding, you know, various shapes such as, you know, spheres or cubes, and then they could bring those pictures into PicMonkey and create a collage. So here are the three photos for PicMonkey. And what's great, once again, I haven't even logged in yet, so there's no need to log in. And I drug my pictures in there. And then I can select on Export to Editor. And when I do that, it kind of smushes the picture down, and then it moves it over into this editor. And what's great about the editor at this time is now I actually can add text to it. I can add some frames and borders. So maybe I want to add a frame on here. So when I click on the frame, you can see it's actually changing the frame over here, maybe rounded corners. So then it rounds the corners for us. So the whole purpose is really quick, easy tool. And what I love about that too is a lot of times when we do projects in our class with technology, sometimes they can take multiple days. And what the tools that we're looking at today, they can, you know, just a 5-10 minute activity with your students where they can quickly demonstrate their understanding by creating with a great tool. So once again, here's just a little collage. I can add text to it. So one thing I do want to point out, so I'm using the free version of PicMonkey, and if you'll notice, there's little crowns. So anywhere you see a crown, that means there's a cost to that, and so just something to be aware of. But you know, just for a free version, there's a lot that your students can use and utilize with PicMonkey inside the classroom. So when they just kind of FYI, when you're finished, there is a save feature on here, so you can actually save the picture when you're completely done. And on here, you can save it as JPEG or a PNG file, and you can change your dimensions. If you are a James Bond fan, I just do laugh a little bit at the qualities over here. We have Roger, Pierce, and Sean, who were all played James Bond in the movies, so they actually, you know, Roger, they just have kind of a little funny, it's low resolution, tiny final size, but if you click on Sean, apparently I think he's the best 00 agent. It says high resolution but large file size. So they do have a couple of fun little features on there. All right, last couple of tools that I want to share out here. One is called McGeeStow, and McGeeStow, this one allows your students to create a video. So you can create a movie. And what I love about this is there is a login feature, and if you click on login, you can log in with Google also. But if you notice, I haven't even logged in yet, so I'm just going to hit select files. Here it is, and you can log in with Google here, and it's going to connect it in, and as soon as I do that, it logs me straight into Google. It's going to or into McGeeStow. It's going to try to remind me that there's an app that can be downloaded on Google Play, but very simple. I can upload my files right here. So if I wanted to stick with the reptile theme, I can select my reptile file, and it's going to upload them. And so you can see a little blue line shoot across the bottom, and that's uploading the files there. And then I can select the editing style. So I needed 2 more videos. That's right. On there. So let me jump back here to my desktop. And we'll throw a couple pictures of Google Cardboard on there for some students. So mixing a little cardboard with reptiles. And so on here, I have my files. I can click select editing style, and then I just get to pick a theme. What's great about the themes are they have various themes that you can look at, and you can preview them. So before you select them, if you want to make sure it's the right one, you can preview it by just hitting the play button. But I'm going to go ahead and click on the memories one, hit selected, and then it allows me to select a soundtrack. So I get to pick my music. So with here, as I'm looking at the music, maybe I want to do anything for you. Click on that, and it plays the music. Give it a title. So I can call it My Video. And then I hit Make Movie, and within just a couple of moments, it creates a video for you. Now, with McGeeStow, one of the things to be aware of is it doesn't allow you to upload more than 10 pictures. So it is very focused on how many pictures you can upload. So with that, as you're creating this video, just know it's kind of short and to the point. So once again, thinking of those activities that you can do with your students as they're researching and looking up information in your classroom. This is one of the great things, is that you don't need to actually spend 5 weeks on creating a video. This is one of those things that you can actually give them just a couple of moments within the class to research a couple pictures, or if you're on a field trip, on the way home from the field trip, you could actually create the video. So there's my video. Notice just it took a couple seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and hit play here just so you can watch it. And there are my photos. And what I love is you look amazing as an educator, and as long as you don't reveal your secrets as uploading just a couple of photos, picking a style, and picking your music, you look amazing. Your students look amazing when they create with this tool. So the last one is going to be a site called Canva, and once again, Canva, you can log in with Google. So there's log in there, and I hit login with Google, automatically pulled me in. What I love about Canva is Canvas is almost like Microsoft Publisher online, except their templates are a whole lot cooler, a lot more easier to use on here. So they have different templates that you can use up here, and if you click on more, it actually shows you a whole bunch of templates that you can use. So for example, if you're looking something for social media, or if you want to create a poster for your classroom, some presentations, they have them all in here. So let's say I want to do a book cover. So I can click on book cover, and it's going to pull that template up for me, have that size. And then they have a bunch of templates over here. So let's say I like this template. I'm just going to click and drag it over. And now everything becomes editable. So let's say our students wrote a story, and they wanted to design a cover for that story that they wrote. So we can call it the new store. There's great features on here where I can stretch it out, and we're going to say this was written by, looks like it's locked up, there we go. We're going to say this one was written by Greg Lawrence. On there, I can stretch it out and have my pictures there. And what's great about this is they have different layouts. They have text, so maybe you want to use a different text. All I have to do is click and drag that over, and then it offers that layout on there. So you'll notice there's a lot of free signs next to everything, but there are some that cost. Most of the elements are $1, but if you use anything that's free, there's not a cost to it. They have pictures that you can search for. Any picture that you use from Canva, once again, there's a cost for $1 on there, but you can upload your own. So last year I was out at Google and I took a photo. So let's say I want to use this one. I can click and drag it over, and now this picture becomes my background. So here are some fun cupcakes actually a teacher in our school created. I can click and drag that over, and that becomes the background of that. So you can easily upload your photos, and when you're done, you get to hit download and download those pictures or that graphic to your computer. So the whole purpose, once again, is your students have this amazing ability to create all right at their fingertips and utilize that right right from a Chrome browser, a Chromebook, and your students truly are amazing and can do amazing things with creating online. And all we need to do is just give them that opportunity, and I think they will completely amaze us with what they can do when we allow them to create and demonstrate their understanding in that way. So I definitely want to thank you for joining us for the Education on Air. There's a lot of great sessions still remaining, and if you missed any sessions while attending throughout the day, they'll all be archived, and you'll be able to come back to the site and watch those videos. I definitely want to thank my daughter Kaylee for helping out, and I want to thank Sam for answering questions, taking a look at those questions, and helping get us started today. So thanks a lot, and we hope you have a great rest of the day of learning. And I'm going to throw just a little contact information up here as we end, but definitely thanks, and have a great day of learning.